Highas and higher healing vibrations. Cosmic Cat here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being present. This is a very special reading for those of you born on June 7th. If your birthday is June 7th, this reading is definitely for you. If you were guided to this video and it's not your birthday, welcome. You are more than invited, and the door is open for you to watch the reading. Follow your intuition. Maybe perhaps even check and see where Gemini and Mercury lies in your chart. For some reason, I almost said Mars. So maybe perhaps Mars has something to do with this as well. Okay, it's about physical energy. Mars is part of Aries. So maybe perhaps Aries has something to do with this as well for you. Okay, you're all welcome to watch. For those of you with your birthday, June 7th, there are approximately 367,000 humans born every day on planet Earth School. So please take whatever resonates for you, leave behind what doesn't. At the end of the reading, I will blow this candle out for you. So if you already have an intention set, great. Maybe you'll find one and one will be provided as you're guided along for some support and affirmation here with the reading. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So during meditation, before starting the reading, and I was communicating with Spirit and asking, which reminds me, before I go further, I must pause and allow you to call in any energies that you would like to be present here. Source is present here with us. Archangel Michael is present for protection of the space. Higher healing frequencies only allowed in this space that is going to help us on our spiritual paths and journeys. You may call in your ancestors, your own spirit guides at this time. There's something significant about your ears and sound, actively listening rather than speaking perhaps, or just your sound has intensified and your ears are your ear chakras are really opening up and you can hear like a supersonic hearing. So if this is you, you are definitely being called and guided and asked to watch the video. Okay, I do have my ball off to the side for scrying. If any messages come through there, I'll share them at the time that they're present. Okay, so I may interject sometimes. That's how spirit flows through me. I get the downloads and I must speak them as they come. So I may be in the middle of saying something and it just goes, our energy will go wherever it flows. And that's something for you to keep in mind too, as you have your day, your beautiful birthday, celebrating you being born onto this planet, your rebirth of today, because you are not the same birth as you were perhaps when you were a baby. I'm sure you've learned some things along the way. There's always steps and progress that we have within ourselves. And with this, I'm guided to share with you this card that came out that I must share. As I was cleansing all of my decks, this one fell out and said, hey, this is part of your reading today. So initiation, I have to leave my little fluorite on there. And perhaps a fluorite would help you as well. But I'm going to hold this card up so you can allow yourself to feel anything that you may feel by viewing this card at this time. Look at this. This is actually initiation, okay? Some of you are going through an initiation at this time, or you're going to very soon. And this just means that there's something that you have allowed yourself, you've surrendered to. You worked through the energy. This could be an old part of yourself, something that wasn't really working, or you weren't really feeling anymore. Initiation is that space. It's a new threshold, a new pattern, new way of life coming into view for you, because you've shed that old skin and let go of what isn't working. Okay, what else can we say about this? It can be uncomfortable because it's an unknown feeling, but just like you surrendered to allowing yourself to let go, connecting more with your authentic true self, you're also allowing that space, that energy for new life, new ways, a new you to be born, right? Rebirth has definitely been felt the past 2 days, and this is not something that we are not familiar with. There's rituals. Perhaps you've just done a ritual or a ceremony recently. There's a new phase, and you may not really recognize yourself at this time or once your initiation process begins as far as creating the you that's meant to be. And there's something about rising up, going from the bottom, moving up. And maybe perhaps that's what someone here has worked on. Again, it's a general reading, so take whatever resonates, leave behind for others what doesn't. But yeah, this could be a sense of releasing and letting go of something that low self-esteem, low confidence, low courage, maybe perhaps none, self-worth and value wasn't a part of your life. Did you just see that? Yeah, something just literally fell. A piece of wax just fell, signifying that was what that is definitely an affirmation. That is what was released. And also speaking up. You're speaking up now more for yourself. You're wanting to allow a new perspective shift to come into play. Not the old set ways of someone says something to you and you hear the opposite or something else because of an old conditioned mindset that you carry, not necessarily them. You're able to hear what people are truly genuinely saying without twisting the words, without turning them around into suiting you better. You're ready to deal with uncomfortable situations more now with this initiation phase. You will be. It may feel awkward, uncomfortable, weird, and different, but in the end, it's going to really bring you to a higher consciousness of yourself, rising to the top, climbing that ladder, moving up and forward in your life in a way that you've never felt before. It's really beautiful. You're going to shock yourself, is what I hear. You're going to surprise yourself in so many ways with words that you say, the ability that you're going to be able to communicate, and how you're going to live your life. It's you know, you've accomplished that goal of letting go of something that wasn't serving you, which is wonderful, as we are in the year of the serpent in Chinese zodiac. But because of your dedication and the skills that you've gained, you're setting yourself up for success in so many ways. It's wonderful. Yes, you've earned a sacred rite of passage through your determined effort. This is something that you can definitely be proud of. So I feel like the black tourmaline that came to me as I was also meditating before your reading came because there was a little bit of resistance. So someone here, whenever you hear surrender, it makes you cringe. It makes you defensive. You start having these bubbling feelings inside of like weakness. And Spirit wants you to know that surrendering isn't always a sign of weakness. More often than not, surrender is a sign of courage, a sign of strength. So this could be the perspective shift, the new threshold that you're walking into. For some of you, it's a new idea of what even basic words mean. Surrender. You looked at surrender as being this sign of weakness and vulnerability and these type of emotions and feelings that you've hidden for so long because society or the ways of the world, that's what everyone else was doing. You're breaking away from that and starting to use your own intuition now, and they're really pleased and happy with you about it. And that's what most of you are working for on this initiation. However, there are some of you that have already been through initiations. You're very known. You know exactly what I'm speaking about because you're actually going through another initiation at this time. You're still leveling up. Spirit's still very honored and proud of you for what you have accomplished thus far. And it's just an encouragement to not give up and to keep going. And also during the discomfort times when it feels too much or when you feel so lost and you need to get grounded, to grab yourself a black tourmaline, perhaps even with a little bit of this fool's gold pyrite in here. Now with the pyrite in, this is telling me that some of you, your initiation is about your finances. This is about grounding in your stability, your root chakra, the basic necessities that everyone needs in life. Shelter, food, clothes, those things are necessary in order to survive, for survival, many times, oftentimes, it's in most places it's still illegal to walk around naked, and that is a law in most places. Not that it would, necessarily need to be, but that is a law that we must wear clothes. So clothes are necessary for us. Shoes aren't always the best things for us to wear. It's important for us to walk barefoot in spaces and feel Mother Earth's energy. At the same time, it's very much important for us to protect our feet when we're out and about and we're going places where there could be glass, potential shards of sharp objects or rocks that could get into your foot, shells that have been broken off, even some rocks, they have really sharp points if they're raw. I don't see my piece of obsidian here that's really sharp, but I would show you if I did. Obsidian may be another stone that is important for you to have at this time. But those are messages that we definitely received for you so far. Also, Spirit told me when I was meditating, your number today is 7. And then I realized, I didn't even realize it at the time until I sat down to do the reading. Oh, 7. Okay, well, 7 is also their birthday. So I'm sure 7 is a sacred number for you anyway. I must share with you that 7 is sacred all around the world. Every religion, every space and crevice in the entire world honors the number 7. Honors it in some way or worships it in some way, form, or fashion. Even casinos, 7 is a lucky number, right? Lucky number 7, everybody loves that 7. That's something that is significant. There are 7 days in a week. And how were those days figured? How did 7 days come about? Yes, we can look at the Bible. There's also text beyond the life before the Bible. Ancient Egypt existed before then. There's hieroglyphics. There's so much that has to do with the number 7 that goes beyond just the 7 days, although that is significant for us, okay? That's significant that the world was said to be created in 7 days. That's profound, yeah? Okay. Again, that taking from the top keeps coming up. I typically like to take some cards from the bottom, but they're specifically telling me the top, the top, the top. So while shuffling, some I'm taking from the middle, but this very last one I took from the top. This was from the top. And that one actually was on the back, so it was the bottom. It was one that wasn't coming out while I was cleansing it. So maybe perhaps you're resistant to the initiation, someone here is, and you're not wanting to go through it. So you are being asked to surrender at this time. That's the, they just said, this is the best birthday gift you could give yourself, is to surrender to an initiation process. They've been calling you. They've been sending you signs, and you think you're losing your mind, but you're not. They're, and I don't mean to giggle. It's actually just they're really trying to reach you, and you know it in your heart, but yet your mind is still resistant. So perhaps get out of your mind for a little bit. You are of the mind, you are of the air element, which are also represent the swords in the tarot. So you do have an intelligent mind, and sometimes intelligence can really hinder mystic, magical moments, miraculous happenings, because your mind starts thinking, well, how did this happen? Let's figure this out. Let's go ahead and do some research and scientific. And so there's an importance of you stepping into your heart space and allowing the surrender of the spirit to come through. And blue is very important. Not only did I pick the fairy deck today, but communication is key. And here we have Kairos. And this is 76. Perhaps you were born in 1976. Maybe someone special and close to you was born at that time. Perhaps they are not here anymore. This is a message for you. And we have blue. So you are a social butterfly and you enjoy communicating with others. So maybe there is an importance, again, of having discernment, of knowing when to speak up and when to Be quiet and listen. There's something in it. You're not going to believe this, but this card actually, um, it's it's actually an initiation card in the Wild Unknown deck. So, I say you're not going to believe it, but I hope that you are believing it because you saw me shuffle the cards and pull them out. We have initiation come first, and then now we have Kairos here. And this, again, is 76. Do you have blue eyes? I feel the first initial feeling of the eye. Well, first, let me allow you to have your intuition help you. And look at this card and allow yourself to feel anything you feel, any sensations that might come. If your breath increases, you start breathing faster, maybe slower, you relax, or you get anxious, you feel tightness or relaxation, hot, cold, chills, feel like someone is present with you. Maybe you get a scent and you smell something. A clair comes into play. You get a visualization. Perhaps the eye makes you think of someone. Whatever these feelings are, allow yourself to feel and try to come more from your heart space versus your mind. Okay? We really are. That's another thing that they're asking, and they're wanting you to work with your throat in some way. In some way, perhaps it is overbalanced. It could be overbalanced if you continually speak in conversations without allowing the other person to speak. So that's for someone here. If you're always the one leading conversation or you're always the one talking in a conversation, then you're not leaving room or holding space for engagement or to learn and grow together. You're basically just like publicly speaking, maybe perhaps venting in some way. But there's a sense of lack of engagement. And if that resonates for you, please try to allow yourself to use that ear chakra and actively listen. Listen to your intuition. Make sure it's not the ego, but your intuition when you're in those spaces and you're speaking with others, because it's going to really help you. So this eye, the very first thing that I received was dragon, transformation, inner child work, also learning to gain courage, gaining courage in order to surrender, perhaps. Yes, that is for someone out there. Another thing that came to mind was a cat, feline. Perhaps you are part of the feline community, okay? Kairos is all about mythic time and synchronicity. So it goes directly well with this. Also, sacred geometry is coming up. If you're working with sacred geometry, this is an affirmation for you. If you've thought about it or it's came to you a few times, but you haven't yet done so, you're being encouraged to do some sacred geometry meditations. Learn about the Merkaba or check out Dr. Robert Gilbert and some of his meditations on or information on sacred geometry. You can learn about it. You could do meditations. You could do it all, whatever you feel guided to do. So this is like alignment coming into play. So again, it goes wonderful with the initiation card. There's an ease that's coming to you in your decisions and your actions. Just mythic time. You know, have you, the moment of like when you've experienced timelessness. It's like life beyond the ticking of the clock, as if the clock stood still for you so that you could just feel, and there was slow motion and like, or even like when you lose track of time on a walk or during a conversation that you're having that's just wonderful and you don't want to leave. This is mythic time. That's defined as mythic time. And that is exactly Kairos here. It suggests that there's a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. And with this non-linear realm, we access our divine timing. It's a single moment that ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. So this card is asking you to have patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. Okay? That's a wonderful, profound message for you on Kairos, an initiation card. That again is affirming what you're going through or what's really meant for you at this time to reach the full stage. Of course, you're going to reach the full stage here of enlightenment, of pure super consciousness. This is the zero, the cosmic egg, knowing that we are all one in the big grand scheme of things. It is a circle, and we continually do this circle. The cosmic egg, the womb of where birth is created. The full energy is very pure, innocent, and childlike, of being a child before the knowledge, before the mind took over. Yeah, the heart space was all we had there. Let me hold this card up for you. Allow yourself to feel any feelings you may feel by looking at it. This is going to change your aura. I just got that message from the crystal ball. This is all going to change your aura field, and it's actually creating or increasing your frequencies, lifting. Perhaps you're able to actually see your aura now with the initiation, with the process that's coming. We also have a third eye opening up with this. And we move to the Lovers. Wow. Okay. So this is showing that you're breaking free from your mental anguish, the heaviness, the weight that is weighing you down in your mind. Remember, as we started and we were talking about listening and giving others opportunities to engage. And so instead of feeling like so someone here is struggling with their ego, or they were struggling with their ego, and they've been through an ego death or dark night of the soul to help them really get in tune with their self more. And it's allowed this open space, this holding of space for yourself to grow into something new and to bloom and flourish like that beautiful lotus flower coming out of the gritty mud. You're just coming into view, and with it, the Lover's card. This is your card, Gemini. This is the Gemini's card. Number 6 is all about love. It's about love, and it's also about health. And it's not by chance that Mercury also rules Virgo, who is in the 6th house, and Mercury also rules Gemini. So there's something about you're communicating about your health. Maybe perhaps there's a health issue and this could be mental for sure, that you're struggling with. Perhaps therapy is coming into play for you. But I'm not a doctor. This is all for educational and entertainment purposes, to support, to maybe offer some guidance, to give you some affirmation on some thoughts or something that you've already been going through, clarity on some items, some things. But ultimately, it's important for you as an adult to be responsible as an adult for your body, the vessel that carries your soul, and how you care for your body, which holds not just your soul, but all of your energy and your energy centers. You're encouraged to work with your 7 main chakras, perhaps even your 9. If you're already working with your 7, it's time to expand it to the 9 chakras. Include the Earth Star chakra, the Earth chakra, and the star chakra in. So that one at the bottom of the feet, and then the one that goes above the crown. It's important for you to start working with that if you already work with your 7 main chakras, okay? This love is profound. And for many of you with your initiation here and all of this flow that's coming into play is, it's singular, that this is singular. So this love is actually love for yourself. And at this time, I'd like to pause and ask you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below how it resonates for you. Also check out my inner child readings. I do those every day. And if you feel guided, you can check out any day that you'd like, but definitely today's, because it is your birthday, would be really beneficial for you and your inner child. He or she may really appreciate you doing so, okay? I also pull angel numbers for the short videos that I do that are just a little over a minute long. Are angel numbers and animal spirits, and also angel cards. These are all ways that spirit tries to connect to us. So if you're new to your spiritual journey, even if you're seasoned on your journey and your path at this time, there still could be a message for you in those readings. So I would recommend that, especially for your birthday, you check those out. Give yourself some time and space to see how it may resonate for you. There's definitely a message for you. Spirit's telling me this on my left side. So I'm sharing that it's on my left side right now. And I'm also guided to tell you, because at first my left side, I thought, okay, feminine energy. But then I look down here, and if we're looking facing this, on the left side is masculine. So I must share with you right now that masculine, our bodies on our left side is our feminine energy. It holds our feminine energy. And on our right side is our masculine energy. Now, it is important to know this. It's also important to know that the masculine energy controls the left side and that the feminine energy controls the right side. This is extremely important to understand. Libra is coming in for the balance. It's time to balance and understand that the sun and moon work together. Father, sun, mother, moon, they require each other's love, support, guidance, duties, each other's energy in order to shine and to orbit every day. Okay, there's also 891 moons. I was guided to share that with you for some reason. So this is you stepping into the love for yourself, many of you. For others, this is you stepping into the relationship you already have with someone. And this is an intimate relationship. I'm feeling strongly that this is an intimate relationship with yourself, your inner child, or someone else that is growing. Maybe perhaps this is also a union that is happening externally, um, like uh, like astral intimacy. Maybe tantra is even, or tantra is coming up for you, okay? But this Nine of Swords is being released. You're finally gonna you're getting out of this mindset that has weighed you down. Look at how dark it is here. Look how dark this was for you. Yeah. Someone's asked this for their birthday wish, and it's been granted. It's been granted, and someone here was actually in this relationship, and the relationship are some of these swords. It's not all your swords. Some of this is swords of others that stabbed you in the back, or even the one that you considered to be your love, your soulmate, your twin flame. They did this. They did hurtful things to you. And some of this is actually in your mind, the illusion that you created many, many moons ago, because that's what humans do. This isn't, about right or wrong, good or bad, or judgment at all. It's important to see beyond that. True mysticism and magicalness, miracles, all of these things happen because you're able to let go of that judgment. Yes, discernment is important when the time is necessary, but this isn't a time for that. This is a time for you to just see things as they are. It is. I am. That's it. Like embracing that simplicity, that mindset of it is. Instead of adding emotion into a lot of topics or things when you're speaking, it's important for you to just allow it to be. Yeah. And know that this is coming to an end, and these swords are going to be released for you. That clarity is going to come through. Guardianship. Take on the role of a guardian and protect what is precious to you, whether it's loved ones, beliefs, or values. So this is important. And we just had this flame go into two flames. So twin flames is definitely necessary. It's important for you to know you have swords here, and you can cut swords with any relationship, and you want to do it in a compassionate way. So a cord cutting ceremony could be significant for you with your twin flame, by yourself, about your twin flame, whatever it may be. But you can cut all cords, healthy ones and toxic ones. People do this every day so that they can start their next day afresh and new. You can also just cut toxic cords within a relationship. You can cut all cords with someone. You want to do this in a compassionate heart space, and you want to make sure that you understand, you want to be free of fear. This is not fear-based. So it's important to know that if the person's meant to be in your life, they will come back into your life when you're aligned with that energy. Again, alignment, initiation, and alignment is going to be very important for you. It's going to be important for you to have your intuition, your inner knowing, your higher self and gut present for you at this time. Guardianship. So when we got to loved ones, beliefs, and values, we know this about you, Gemini, that you do oftentimes change these. You can be fickle sometimes and change your affection, your beliefs, your loyalty. So perhaps this is for someone as well, and this was why we brought up the black tourmaline and being grounded. Being grounded at this time so that you are putting yourself in these positions to where you can have this grounded root energy of a solid foundation and not be so wishy-washy or movement with your energy. Okay, uphold your responsibilities with dedication and care, ensuring the safety and integrity of what you cherish. Yeah. Feel anything you feel. This is very sacred. If you are a Reiki practitioner or master, it's important for you to do Gasho every day. You can set your alarm to be in Gasho pose and do this every day. Set an alarm in the morning or set an alarm at night before bed, and make sure you follow the meditation prayer for this, okay? This is the message I have for you today, and we are going to blow the candle out. Look at this love that you're going to have. It's beautiful. Remember, on top, anything that you're doing, if you're picking out, if you're at a friend's and you are playing a game and maybe you're playing cards or something, go from the top. Go from the top. If you're pulling cards for yourself and you normally go from the middle, or you let them fly out, or you pick from the bottom, it's important for you to go from the top right now, because there's something on top. It's like right there waiting for you. So close, okay? All right, on the count of 3, we're going to blow your candle out. 1, 2, 3. And as the smoke rises, may your dreams and wishes rise too. We are at 33, 33 at this time. Have a cosmic day, and tonight, meow.